All right. All right. Yeah, we on time. We on time, baby. We are right on time. Everybody come on in the room. We are live and on time. Let me let everybody know on the gram that we're live right now. And let me let everybody know on Twitter, on social media, that we're live right now. Then we're going to get busy. All right. Hold on one second. All right. Everybody come on in the room. Let me turn this volume down a little taste. All right. Y'all come on in, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have y'all tuning in. Welcome to Tariq Radio, Tariq Live. We're live right now. Let me copy the link for the gram. Hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. It's a brand new year now. The first show of the year. If I get this thing together, hold on. It's the first show of the year, so I'm ready to roll. Hold on one second, guys. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Let me put that link there. Bam, bam, bam. All right. Let me let everybody know on on Twitter that I'm live. All right. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right. Almost ready, guys. Letting YouTube, Twitter, everybody else know that I'm live right now. Once I do that, let me let Facebook know. I got to do all my social medias. Got to do all my social medias real quick. All right. Why is it hot in here? I thought it was going to be cold in here. I had my heat on. Now it's overly warm in here. All right. There it is. There it is. I'm ready. All right, so we're here. We're here. What's going on, guys? I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here with you. Now, let's make it happen. I need everybody to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button. While people pile on in here, let me turn this heat off out here. There we go. All right, now what's going on, man? Hope everybody is having a good time. Oh, man. What's going on? A lot of stuff we're going to touch on tonight's broadcast. A lot of things we're going to touch on tonight. Guys, I am back in the country. I was out of the country for a week. I was down in Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, vacationing with the family. This is why I have on my shirt from Mexico. My lovely shirt I got down in Mexico. Real tight shirt. I love it. Down there vacationing in Mexico. Mexico is one of the few places that's open for people to travel. Now, let me turn my... Okay, I'll be forgetting. Shout out to everybody hitting the CashApp already. The Cash App is KingFlex818 for those who feel inclined to contribute to the Melanoid Ministries. KingFlex818, that is the Cash App. What's up, Raven Cook from Alabama? Shout out to you. Excuse me. But yeah, I was down there in Mexico. Had a great time. Had a great time in Mexico. Mexico was popping. You couldn't even find the live broadcast. Yeah, you know, the YouTube, they kind of have us on these little crazy shadow bans. That's why I got to post these things on my social media, because a lot of people don't get notified. So they play little games, but it's all good. It's all good. We're here. It is all gravy, and we're here. I got back from Mexico yesterday. Yeah, a lot of folks are going to Tulum. We're in Playa del Carmen. We're down there. A lot of people are going there. Cancun. If you have a family, especially if you have children, and you want to go on vacation, that's a great place to go. Nice family spot. That's a nice family spot, man. If the family enjoyed ourselves, the kids loved it. There's so much to do, and they take a lot of precautions when it comes to the COVID safety and all that, the social distancing. The hotel is just extra, extra clean. I mean, they're cleaning up everything every 3 minutes, man. The minute, like if you're at a restaurant and they clean the tables up immediately. You can't go to the buffet bar without your mask. I mean, they're taking a lot of precautions down there. No, I didn't cut my hair, still my hair. I look like James Brown under this hat. I took my braids out because I was doing so much water activity down there. My braids, I started looking like, Bone Thugs and Harmony with the braids. My braids were looking a little raggedy because I did a lot of swimming and we were wallowing in clay mud. They had all types of stuff there. Can you drink the water there? Very good question. The water there, they have a lot of bottled water. The water there is tastes a little funny style. We drink a lot of bottled water. Playa del Carmen, beautiful all-inclusive hotels. They got some all-inclusive joints there where you can just do a bunch of activities within the resort. It's real, real nice. I mean, it's like all you can eat. It's buffets, restaurants, activities for the kids. It's a lot of stuff. They got little nature parks, real fly shit, man. We had a very good time. Very interesting folks. The people are very nice down there too. No, you can't see my hair. My hair is a beast right now. The people down there are very cool. I will say that. People are very cool, very respectful. As they should be. They're very respectful people. Everybody was real cool, wasn't no problems. There's a lot of anglicized or a lot of Latinos trying to be more anglicized, if that makes sense. You will see a lot of people out there at the hotel I was in particular, because this was like a 5-star hotel. So this was a lot of, you got to have a little paper to be at that hotel. So, a lot of the Latinos there's a lot of Latinos from different parts of Mexico and South America and Central America there. And a lot of them, I noticed, a lot of them are getting surgery to look more anglicized, to look more Anglo. So you might be looking at a person, who kind of looks like Richard Spencer. Like, gracias, amigo. He started talking like that. It throws you off. I'm like, oh, shit. And you could tell this person done had some kind of surgery or something. So a lot of people, and the women, they getting these little nose jobs. You can tell they done had like little nose jobs and surgeries and stuff, because they do a lot of surgeries down there. Yeah, like Cameron Diaz. Yeah, you see a lot of that down there. They're really trying to anglicize themselves up a little bit. Yeah. A lot of that. Yeah. This is beyond Sammy Sosa. This ain't, this is beyond the skin bleach, nigga. It's the whole package. They done got the whole Anglo makeovers down there. Yeah, they got the whole Anglo makeovers, so. So it throws you off. You see a real white person, a white looking person, and they start talking, with Spanish accents. It's very interesting. Like the Charlie Sheens, yeah. Another thing that I noticed, and again, like I said, the people were very nice, very cordial. It was real cool. One thing I noticed, Mexican children, Hispanic, they baby them children until they're real big. I saw a motherfucker look like he had to be like 7 years old, butt naked, breastfeeding. No cap, nigga. We're at the little water park area, and they let the kids, they let Mexican kids run around naked a lot. That's another thing. But I saw this motherfucker. I swear he had to be about 7 years old, all up in his mama's lap, butt ass naked, breastfeeding. Hey, nigga, man, if you don't put on some size 8T pants and get your ass on somewhere and go get you something from the store, damn, you too big for that. I was okay. So you see a lot of that. Yeah. There's a lot of that. A lot of big fucking Mexican children, you know, in strollers and shit. And he's kind of big for a stroller. His little knees touching. I'm like, he's in the stroller. Dude, little Harvier can walk, man. His ass can walk. He can get up and walk, man. So yeah, that's another thing. The kids be walking around. They'll let the kids walk around naked with no fucking problem. That's just one of the things I just, it's a part of their culture. It kind of throws me off because I'm on the beach chilling. I'm in my little recliner, my little beach chair, enjoying the ocean. And then I look over and there's a little naked 4-year-old Mexican boy with a piece of fucking corn on the cob doing the salsa next to me. Swati. Like, dude, little Hector, where's your mama, bro? Where is your mama? So she can put a diaper on your ass. Shit. I know this is a different culture, but damn, brother. So that type of shit. But other than that, everything was cool. You got to kind of get used to the Little Ignacio is getting it in. You know? Come on, bruh. So, other than that, it was hella cool. Everything was very, very cool. Other than that, everything was, yes, I'm telling you, they walk around, they let them kids run around naked like it ain't nothing, man. I'm like, damn, bro. Put some clothes on. Well, Esmeralda, dude. Put some clothes on these babies. So, other than that, like I said, it was hella cool. It was hella cool down there. Other than that, it was hella cool. But we're back. We're back. So if you want to go on vacation, I would suggest that. If you want to go on vacation, go there. So let's talk about some of the things that we got going on here. Let's talk about some of the things we got going on here. A lot of things going on here at home. We just got to stay on top of our game. Today's topic, we're going to talk about some of the things that we need to leave behind in leave some things back in 2020. This is 2021, and I hate to date the broadcast, but there's some things we're going to have to start leaving behind. Before I get into that, where's my Mississippi people? Down in Mississippi, there was a situation that I need the family to keep their eyes on. Down in Mississippi, there was a reverse Trayvon Martin situation. Down in Mississippi, there was a reverse Trayvon Martin situation where a suspected white supremacist had been harassing this black teen at his home. This black teen had been getting harassed by this suspected white supremacist. And the black teen got into another altercation. From what I understand, the black teen, the family had a stay away order against the suspected white supremacist. I just learned of that after the fact. So the suspected white supremacist violated that and went back to the home harassing Deshaun Douglas. That's the kid's name. Let me show some images of this thing, okay? This is the suspected white supremacist that was harassing Deshaun Douglas. So that's Deshaun Douglas with the suspected white supremacist there, who went to his home. Deshaun Douglas is in his home. So Deshaun, the suspected white supremacist, started attacking him. He spit on him. And let me show you some court documents. This is my dude, Deshaun, shot and killed the suspected white supremacist. The suspected white supremacist's name was Christopher Milne. He was 54 years old. Deshaun Douglas was 18. And the white dude was harassing him, attacked him, and the brother defended himself, as he should. But authorities there arrested the brother and then charged him with, was it first-degree murder or second-degree murder? They charged him with murder, and they didn't give him a bail. Now, this is something, guys, that we need to keep our eye on, because, see, if the white supremacists would have shot that kid, the white supremacists would not have been arrested, just like Zimmerman. They didn't want to arrest Zimmerman. He should not have been arrested, period. Out there in Mississippi, they have all of these stand your ground laws. They have these castle doctrine laws. I mean, they have all these laws in place simply for that purpose of protecting yourself when you're at home. No duty to retreat, meaning you don't have to retreat if somebody's harming you. They got all types of laws like that down in Mississippi. No duty to retreat, stand your ground, castle doctrine. I mean, that team abided by every single law, and he should not be in jail. He does have a lawyer. I want to find out some more information about the lawyer. I need my Mississippi family to keep their eye on this. This is why, family, we need to look at situations like this. We need to know who the prosecutors are, who put these charges on our folks like this. We need to know who the sheriffs are, who's in charge of law enforcement putting these charges on folks. We need to have the names of these people. We need to know who his lawyer is, and also we need to have lawyers on standby in every state. Family, I've talked about this many times. So we need to have, and what I'm going to do, I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm going to do it. We're going to organize a list of lawyers. I'm already doing the same thing with insurance people because, again, we need to all have insurance all around the country. We're still organizing the insurance list. We need to organize a list of lawyers, black lawyers or whoever, thorough lawyers in every state who we as a community, we can throw some money to make sure they look into these cases and get our folks up out of jail. You understand? If the brother had bail, I would have bailed him out already. But unfortunately, he doesn't have bail right now. I would have been bailed his ass out. I would have bailed him out the night of, just like my brother down there in Louisiana who got that race soldier off his ass. My brother defended himself from a race soldier. We got him out of jail that night. We're going to have to start looking out for our folks, man. Because in the dominant society, when the Kyle Rittenhouses and all these folks are out here doing murders all willy-nilly, white supremacist society, they look out for their deputized white supremacists. We have to look out for our brothers and sisters who defend themselves from white supremacist terrorism. So that will encourage other people to do that. Yeah? Yes, we need a Johnny Cochran type in every state. We need that in every state. We need to have that. Well, it's Mississippi. They're trying the little I'm white and I say so nonsense. No, Benjamin Crump. And I'm not here to jump on Benjamin Crump's case, but no. That's the last person you need is Benjamin Crump. No. No, we need some people who's going to, move and shit. Because Benjamin Crump, I've never seen Benjamin Crump actually get somebody out of jail. I've never seen that. Benjamin Crump goes out here and negotiates these settlements with the city where our tax dollars go to paying the victims of police violence. So the police, they don't really get reprimanded. I told y'all that little hustle that they got Crump and those dudes. I told y'all about that. The police never gets reprimanded. That's why they don't criticize Crump. That's why they never criticize Crump. And the media doesn't criticize Crump. Because it's like a protection racket for them. Crump gets out here. He'll talk a little tough about the police. Oh, there need to be some accountability. And then the next thing you know, he's on TV with the family, forgiving everybody. Well, I have to. My lawyer said I have to forgive y'all, and I forgive. I mean, they just blow up the spot every single time. Yeah? They blow the spot up every single time. They negotiate these deals. The family gets a big payout from our tax dollars, and that's supposed to be justice that we're satisfied with. And it's not justice because nobody gets punished. The race soldiers do not get financially punished. And we fit the bill. We have to foot the damn bill, and it's back to square one. You've incentivized them to do the same type of murder over and over again. Yeah? So we got to cut that part of the game out. We got to cut that out. We need no settlement lawyers. We need some people who on some Johnny Cochran shit who goes in here and gets some shit done, get folks up out of jail. Yeah? And we got to be serious about empowerment, guys. See, that's what empowerment is. Empowerment is getting on code as a group, understanding what we need to do to protect each other from white supremacist terrorism. And your code is your leader, meaning nobody can attack a code. If everybody's on the same page, you can't attack that. See, if there's a leader out here, somebody claiming to be a leader, that's why we got to get away from that leadership bullshit. Everybody's trying to be a leader. That shit is corny. It doesn't work. That leadership thing where niggas out here, I'm the leader. No. That doesn't work because the leaders can get compromised and we're back to square one. The code is the leader. Having a code of conduct, putting the code first, knowing what to do, what not to do, how we're going to empower each other, how we're going to help each other, and just doing it. That's the leadership right there. The code is the leadership. This is how white supremacy works, guys. There's no leader of the white supremacist, okay? There is no leader of the white supremacists. Their code is the leadership. White supremacists all get on code with each other. They get on code, and that's why you don't know who to go after. And they play these little games with each other where they pass the potato. And that's the thing that messes black folks up. They play the pass the potato game when they're all on code. They'll start talking about, and the Democrats and Republicans are doing it now. They start pointing the finger back and forth at each other. Well, the Democrats, they're the ones who started Jim Crow. No, it was the Republicans are the real racists. No, the Democrats, look how racist the Democrats are. That's a whole con game they're doing, guys. They're all on the white supremacist code. They're all on code with each other. You understand? Especially when it comes to harming us, they all get on code with each other. Family, remember when back in the day with Jeffrey Dahmer? And I always bring Jeffrey Dahmer up. That's an example of how white supremacist society stays on code. For years, Jeffrey Dahmer was killing black people, killing and eating black people, and they knew he was doing that. Law enforcement in Milwaukee knew he was doing it, just like recently. Remember a few months ago, we did a story about some pedophiles up there in Milwaukee? The police knew who they were. They weren't going to do anything about it. So the people in the streets, the people in the neighborhood went and tracked down the pedophiles, burned their houses down, and found the girls that were missing. The neighborhood did that. Law enforcement didn't lift a damn finger, and they knew what was going on. Out there in the Midwest, Chicago, Milwaukee, a lot of pedophile rings are going on in those areas. And law enforcement knows what's up because they're in on it. Law enforcement is in on a lot of stuff out there. They're in on a lot of these drive-bys. They're in on it. Down there in Atlanta, a lot of them are in on these little random shootings. Out there in, I want to say Buckhead somewhere, recently, I think today, some people randomly got shot. So, going back to Jeffrey Dahmer. So Jeffrey Dahmer was out here killing and eating people left and right. And they knew what he was doing. In fact, one officer actually took one of his victims back to the house when some black girls in the neighborhood was telling the police, hey, there's a kid in danger. It was a little Cambodian kid who escaped Jeffrey Dahmer's house. And the cop was like, y'all shut up. The cop got on code with Dahmer, took the kid back, and the kid got raped, killed, and eaten. Now, even after Jeffrey Dahmer got sloppy and ended up getting arrested, he got arrested because he just got so sloppy with it. Even after they arrested Dahmer, they were still on code with Dahmer. Not only was law enforcement on code with him, the white media was on code with him because they kept using he was a deranged mastermind. Oh, he was such a cunning, slick mastermind of evil. No, he wasn't. No, his ass wasn't. Jeffrey Dahmer was not a fucking mastermind. He wasn't some smart, diabolical genius. He kept dead niggas in the refrigerator. Nobody bothered to look. So that wasn't no mastermind, just nobody bothered to look. They just turned the other way. It wasn't like he was doing some diabolical, sneaky, ingenious types of murders. He was killing people in the hood in Milwaukee. They love using that diabolical mastermind. He was able to evade the authorities with his cunning and wits. No, he wasn't. Y'all just didn't look in the nigga's refrigerator. Y'all just had to look in his damn oven. I mean, all the evidence was in the damn apartment. And even the neighbors kept telling on him. The neighbor was like, hey, I smell something cooking. And this motherfucker ain't never buying groceries. So they were all on code to protect Dahmer. Even law enforcement and the media, you notice, and I've talked about this before, you don't see any images of Jeffrey Dahmer in handcuffs. I challenge you to find any image of Jeffrey Dahmer in handcuffs. You do not see him in handcuffs. The white media made a point to never show him as a criminal. They never showed him in handcuffs. And I noticed that back then. That was real weird because at the time in the 90s, I remember that whole Mike Tyson case going on, and they had Mike Tyson in handcuffs. Every other picture was Mike Tyson in handcuffs. And I would contrast that. I'm like, wait a minute. They got Mike Tyson, every picture he's in handcuffs. But Jeffrey Dahmer, he's just walking in and out of court like a goddamn fashion model. I want you to Google Jeffrey Dahmer in handcuffs. You will not see him in handcuffs. They made a point to never show him in handcuffs. Because when a white supremacist harms a black person, part of the code, remember the code is the leader, part of the code is to never show them as a criminal. Always show them as some type of, it was a mental condition. It was some type of an emotional breakdown. It was PTSD. But you never make a white person seem like they committed a crime against a black person. See, that's part of the white supremacist code. Now, part of the code of the streets, and shout out to the streets, they got his bitch ass in prison. A brother whooped his ass with a mop handle and killed him in prison. Oh, they didn't like that. Oh, white supremacists, oh, they didn't like that. Yeah? They did not like that. Oh, look what they did to Cosby. They had Cosby all around with the cuffs. Cuba Gooding Jr., remember they had him in cuffs. They made a point to get good HD footage of him in cuffs. And don't forget that Jeffrey Dahmer was LGBT. Don't ever forget that. See, if you want to talk about LGBT history, that's part of LGBT history right there. You understand? Y'all hold that. So we got to understand the game out here. So they stay on code with each other. The code is the leadership. There is no white leader. So whenever something happens to us, they all get on code, play dumb, turn a blind eye, and apply laws based on race. For example, up there in Oregon right now, they had a COVID relief fund that was earmarked for black people, okay? And immediately the money got held up because of all of these other white supremacist nonprofits and suspects right here. A COVID relief fund was only for black residents. Then came the lawsuit. So now they earmarked some money for black people. Then all of a sudden, all of these lawsuits came talking about that was reverse discrimination based on race. Now remember, in Oregon, in other cities, they allocated money for Asians. They allocated money for illegal immigrants. They allocated money for all these other groups. Nobody said anything. Now that they allocated money or earmarked money, because I don't know, nobody really got the paper, because now the money is tied up. All of these groups are filing lawsuits talking about discrimination. These nonprofit groups that are lawyered up. And this is why we need our own lawyers, guys, because Oregon was a place that banned black people from even living there for years, up until 1924. But the interesting thing about this is that all of these so-called conservative groups are filing lawsuits talking about discrimination if black people are going to get the resources. And some of the people filing these suits are white groups and Latino groups. Hold on, let me see. One of the lawsuits, let me read this here. The lawsuit, a class action case led by Mr. Leja and the white owner of a logging company, the Great Northern Resources, based in the city of John Day, is one of the two that challenges the fund. The other, underwritten by the Center of Individual Rights, a nonprofit law firm advocating limited government, involves a Mexican-American owner of the Revolution Coffee House in Portland who has claimed discrimination. So now that's your black and brown coalition right there, guys. Y'all asses out here caping for the brown. Y'all voting for these Sambos who are allocating resources to the brown community. But when it comes to you getting some resources, those in the brown community are coming in saying, oh, no, you don't. No, no, no. No, no, no. The Negroes can't get nothing for themselves. How's the black-brown coalition working out for you guys? How's that black-brown coalition working? We ain't got no allies, man. That's one thing that we're going to have to leave behind. That ally garbage. Ain't no allies, man. It's all about us. It's all about foundational black Americans first. It's all about us first, man. We ain't got no damn allies, dude. And another thing, too, man. They could allocate the money in a way where those lawsuits wouldn't even matter. They can allocate the money. Dude, there's all types of orders they can put out where those little jive-ass lawsuits don't matter. See, they play these little games. When it comes to us, all of a sudden, well, the Republicans, they messed it up. They stopped us. It's those bad old Republicans that messed the money up. If that's the case, Democrats, where are the Democratic lawyers going in and fighting the Republican lawyers? You see, don't fall for that game either, guys. Because when it comes to illegal immigrants coming over, the ACLU and all of these Democrat legal entities, they know how to file lawsuits like crazy. They know how to file lawsuits against the Trump administration and some of these right-wing groups all the time. They know how to file lawsuits against LGBT discrimination all day. Don't let them play that game, guys. Don't let them play that game. Well, man, black people, man, we tried to give you some money, guys. We tried to give you some money, but it was those mean old Republicans. It was those racist conservatives that stopped this dude. No, don't let them play that game. Don't let them play that game. Yeah? All the Black Caucus, those Sambos. Family, we gotta be on code for real, for real. And understand we all we got and we all we need. We're all we got and we're all we need, guys. Now, up there in Minnesota, about a week ago, let me find this story. Hold on one second. There's a couple of stories up there in Minnesota. Hold on. Hold on one second. I want to show y'all something. Okay. There was a case up in, I want to say Minnesota, where a cop pulled over a family and told them that he was glad he shot people while he was in the military. He shot Somalians or something like that. Y'all heard, I'm trying to look this story up now. But this happened a few weeks ago. A cop pulled over a family. I want to say it was in Minnesota. And they got the cop on tape saying to the Somalian family that he was glad that he shot some people up there. Oh, man, I want to find that story, guys. I want to find that story. If y'all know the link of that, hold on one second. Hold on. Damn, I wish I had that story. I just thought about it. I like to have stuff kind of prepared. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I cannot find that story. But now last week, a Somalian guy up there in Minnesota got killed by race soldiers. A Somalian guy got killed by race soldiers. They say they got into a shootout with them or whatever. And they killed the Somalian cat. And a lot of people are talking about the George Floyd situation, comparing it to that. And what's interesting about that kill was that after they killed the Somalian cat, the police immediately raided his home with his family. They immediately raided his home. And I thought that was very interesting. Let me find the link to that, where they raided his home, right here. So, hold on, let me pull this down. Family members of a man killed by Minneapolis police said the raid left them shaken. So they killed this guy. They immediately raided the home of the family. He plunged. The officers turned their guns towards them and said they were barking orders. Hundreds of protesters. From Freedom. So yeah, they raided the guy's home after they killed his son. Okay, and the reason why they did that, basically to get the guns out the house. Y'all better look out for that too. They were looking for guns. And that's something y'all gonna have to look out for too. What they were gonna do, and this is gonna be a pattern. They know sooner or later, they're gonna shoot somebody or kill somebody and their family is gonna retaliate. So now, they're out here killing people in the streets and going to the family to remove the guns out of the house. No, that's to move the guns out of the house. That's to get the guns out of the house. They raided the house to get the guns out because they know somebody's going to get some damn revenge. So they want to beat them to the punch. So you murder somebody and then immediately raid the family house to get whatever guns in there so they don't retaliate. Yeah? That's going to be the new little wave here. Now, with that being said, the family was Somalian. Somalians have a history of denying their blackness. So that one, unfortunately, y'all gonna have to hold your own nuts on. No disrespect, my heart goes out to the family. But that one, y'all gonna have to handle that on your own. You understand? And I don't say that to disparage the family whatsoever. But if y'all come from these communities where you go out of your way to talk about how black you're not and how you're so much different from us, and we're all these different little names, Jarirs, and they got all types of names for us. And no disrespect whatsoever. But y'all are going to have to fight that battle yourself and your community, since you ain't FBA, since you ain't one of us. You understand? I can't jump in front of the bullet on that one. You understand? No disrespect, and my heart goes out to your family and all that. But as far as going out there, getting on the front line, nah. No, I'm just not going to do that for any community who goes out of their way to distance themselves from us. And a lot of these communities go out of their way to even mock us getting harmed by race soldiers. Now that it's starting to happen to them, now people want to put on the George Floyd shirt and all that. No, you're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to go on out there and handle that. No disrespect whatsoever, not to disparage the dead. My heart goes out to y'all and your family. We'll pray for you, the whole shebang. Yeah? But no. Y'all going to have to go on and put in your own work. Because we got our own issues. Just like y'all got your own little communities. Yeah? Y'all come and tell us, well, damn it, we work hard. How come you Akata and you Jarirs and all these other names, how come you don't work hard? Okay, well, y'all need to go work hard. All right, and handle that. Y'all need to go and work hard and handle that. Since y'all tell us that we don't work hard, and no, because I'm not lifting a finger to help no other group who has a history of talking down to us once we've exhausted ourselves fighting for them. I'm not doing that. We're not going to waste our energy on that. No disrespect. Well, Tariq, you're being divisive. Yes, I'm dividing myself from people who are not helping us. Yes, I am being divisive. I'm dividing myself from people who ain't putting in no work. So that's what it is. And if you don't like it, hold your own nuts. Handle your own business. Because, look, the white supremacists are using these different groups to work against us, and they're proudly doing that until they get turned on. They have no problem doing that until they get turned on. Right now, Biden just had this other woman, and notice this pattern here. I put this up. Nigerian-American Asamarin, whatever her name is, Okolo, appointed as Joe Biden's COVID-19 policy advisor. Okay? So notice the pattern. Everybody, they keep trying to get to push this COVID thing on us. Notice they keep getting these black tethers trying to push this COVID thing on us. They're trying to make these non-FBA people the face and the thought leaders and the influencers to us. See, they have no other play. They have no other play. See, this is something they never expected us to get hit to this game that they've been playing by getting these tethers to undermine us. The Republicans and the Democrats do this. See, they never thought that, hey, one day we're going to wake up and say, wait a minute. And we got to thank our brother Claude Anderson for pointing that stuff out. Claude was on my show. Dr. Anderson was on my broadcast a few years ago. And I want y'all to pull that up. I want to find the episode. This was years ago. He called in and we talked about, and I mentioned, should we do some things in Africa? He was like, no, absolutely not. That's a done deal. We don't need to do anything over there. We can't do anything over here. We got to get this thing going on over here. So Brother Claude had been trying to give us that game for years and years and years, and I'm glad it finally started to sink in. We can't be out here trying to cape for all these other groups. We just can't do it. We have to look out for our own group. First, we have to look out first for our own group. And as we're looking in the comments here, I'm going to go to the comments. We had a lot of those tether shit talkers in here. Oh, you stop hating on Nigeria. Nobody's hating on Nigeria. What's the pattern? Nigerians are doing great things out here. I mean, just a whole bunch of stuff. She's qualified her ancestry. And this troll, we were getting on his ass. She was educated here and more qualified for the position. The whole shebang. The more you hate, the better we go. You better tender an apology now. If you want, we swear you for. What the fuck you talking about? Okay. I don't get that slang. I don't get it. So we got a lot of comments talking about how the tethers got this fantasy talk about how much better they do than us over here. That's something that I don't know if white supremacists tell them that. Where my foreigners over here? Where my foreigners over here? This whole narrative where we come over and do better than Akata. Where do you do better than foundational Black America? Let's talk Turkey for a minute. And this is for any immigrant group, not just the Nigerians. But where do you do better than What are you doing that foundational Black Americans have not done? That's some little lie that y'all tell in the coon section of the tethered groups. I think that's something that your coon parents tell you. What are you doing that's better than foundational Black Americans? I mean, it's not in the education field. I mean, we've mastered the education. These schools you're going to, a lot of them named, that was founded by Black folks. Some of these pro-education programs, the Dreamer program and all that, DACA and all that, these are named after Black people. Well, what exactly are you doing better than foundational Black Americans? See, when y'all start telling yourselves all this type of bullshit, see, that's a problem. See, I don't know if white people tell you that or that's something y'all tell each other at home, where in the medical field, we have Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, who have made historic strides in the medical industry here. Even the ones who are conservative. Ben Carson, I don't like his political views, but Ben Carson is a medical genius. I mean, we can talk about the ones now. We can talk about the ones back in the day. I mean, we have Black people who've made all types of medical advancements here, foundational Black Americans. So what are you talking about? What are you doing better than foundational Black Americans? What are you talking about? Charles Drew. I mean, I can go down the list. What exactly are you doing better? I'm talking about Black people who not only thrived in the medical field, had whole hospitals. You understand? What are you doing better than foundational Black Americans? Come on, let's just talk Turkey here. Daniel Hale Williams. Oh man, we've had trailblazers who are foundational Black Americans who done amazing things in the medical industry. You understand? We've had people like George Washington Carver. Man, we've had black folks who were medical and scientific geniuses who are foundational Black Americans. You understand? See, this is why we have to know history, because then when folks start talking crazy, like, no, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know, we can go all the way to Benjamin Banneker. We can go all the way to our scientific geniuses. Um, in astronomy, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, we got geniuses over here. And this is when we're being sabotaged. Well, we got geniuses here. You understand? Grateful T. Woods, Lewis Latimer. Man, Thomas Edison was stealing a lot of that stuff from black inventors, dude. I mean, this is documented. Homer G. Phillips. Man, we've had black people over here who are pioneers. I mean, come on now. So yeah, when people start talking crazy, we got to kind of throw a little history at them. Like, hey, come on, Ubuntu, you need to bring that down a little bit. Don't, just because you came over and white folks elevated you in a position and gassed you up, you better know not to go for that. Don't fall for the gas up. You understand? Yeah, don't fall for the gas up. C.R. Patterson. Man, we've had Gladys May, Dr. Gladys May. Yeah, the Garrett Morgan. That movie, look at that movie Hidden Figures, which kind of took the name from Hidden Colors. They deliberately made it confusing. Come on now. See, this is why we got to remind folks about history. See, this is why this is one of the reasons why I did documentaries. So that we can know some of the stuff we did. You know, as people that's under a system of white supremacy, we're always looking for something new. So a lot of times we have a tendency to negate a lot of the things and strides that we've made. We can't do that. We got to get inspiration from that. We got to get inspiration from that. Madam C.J. Walker. And I'm talking about black people who did it without white approval. See, a lot of folks come over here and look for the first white person to go get a damn job. You had people like Madam C.J. Walker who pioneered direct marketing. I talked about that before. Madam C.J. Walker pioneered the whole thing where you got different tiers of different groups selling a product. That's where Amway, Mary Kay, Tupperware, all of those people got the game from Madam C.J. Walker. That's where they all got it from. You understand? Dude, anytime somebody starts talking about what they have done so much better than foundational Black Americans, please get them to tell you what. Please get them to tell you what exactly the hell are you talking about. And I don't say that, and I hate to rub people's situations in their faces, but if they start talking crazy, we got to hit you with your history. We got to hit you with the reality about what's really going on with you. Because I don't want folks coming over here talking about how much better they're doing than damn foundational Black Americans, and the country you left don't have running damn water. The country you left, people are shitting in the streets. Don't do that. Don't make us go there on you, brother. Sister girl, don't make us go there on you. Don't let us go there. I don't want to go there on you. I don't want to have to start showing you your homeland that you abandoned. I don't want to do that. I'm not here for that. But don't come over, you akata, you lazy akata, and nigga. You came from a shanty town with no running water and you shitting in the middle of the road. Don't come telling me how much and how thorough you are and how we just didn't work hard. Brother, you didn't build a toilet. You can't come over here and say anything to us. Foundational Black Americans don't live in shanty towns. In fact, we've never lived in shanty towns, even when we were in slavery. We've never lived like that. And I'm not saying that to disparage anybody. We've never lived like that over here. Family, even on plantations, have you really gone to a plantation to take a good look at? And I implore you to go to some of these plantations and look at the slave quarters. Remember, black people built the plantations. It was black people building all of these things. Some of those slave quarters, even by today's standards, are pretty sturdy. They weren't shacks. They were pretty well damn built, given the limited resources that our foundational Black American ancestors had. I was just down filming in Louisiana. Some of those houses were, and these are the slave quarters, were decently built. You understand? Not to disparage anybody. And again, we had limited resources. We were told you can only live here, so we made the best out of it. Very clean. Foundational Black Americans, we've never, look at our history. We've never lived in filth. We've never been a filthy, shantytown living people. We've never been that. When you look at our history, we've never been like that. Some of y'all who got grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers down in the South, you know good and damn well, your grandmother and great-great-grandmother, they deplored filthy homes. Even if you lived in a modest setting, our families down South didn't live in no filth. They deplored that. There's a reason why white people would have black people cleaning their homes. You understand? Now, things got a little raggedy really in the 70s when other groups started coming over. If we want to be real, if we gonna be honest, you didn't start seeing shit get real raggedy, run down housing projects and all that shit till after the 60s. If we gonna be real, let's look at the common denominator here. If we gonna be real, when did we start seeing rundown projects and all that shit? You start seeing that after the 60s, when other groups started to flood on top of us. If we gonna talk real, did I go there with it? Ooh, did I go there? Damn, did I go there? Then when you start seeing the shit getting real raggedy, that's when all these other groups started coming from all these third world countries and shit. That's when they started coming over. When you start seeing the drugs go crazy in the 70s, all these, where were those drug plugs coming from? Those drug plugs were coming from the Caribbean and South America and Central America. We didn't have no connections like that in no damn South America and the Caribbean. We didn't have plugs like that. Yeah? If we gonna go there, We're going to have to start telling the truth about how this shit has gone down and where things started to go left. We're going to have to start telling the truth. But yeah, we never, and look, I lived in the South. I remember those black families, they were not filthy at all. Nobody was living in no damn shanty town. Black people knew how to build their own plumbing. Black people had them septic tanks. How many of y'all lived in the South and your family got a septic tank in the yard? They had septic tanks. They knew how to put up septic tanks in the yard. They had plumbing. Yeah? But listen, I'm not trying to disparage anybody. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. But people are going to have to understand when you come over here, don't start talking crazy. Don't start talking crazy. Yeah? Let's don't play that game. Now, we got a lot of folks in here. We're almost 8,000 people. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Now, let's get into, family, the 5 things that we need to leave behind. We need to leave some things in 2020. This 2021, let's talk about some of the things that needs to be left in 2020. Let's get to the 5 main things, guys. Family, one thing we're going to, speaking of immigrant culture and tethers and all that, the first thing, guys, that we're going to have to start leaving behind, we're going to have to leave behind this culture of immigrant-run gossip sites that are dedicated to demeaning foundational Black Americans. That's something we're going to have to get real about. We're going to have to leave that filth alone. All the shade rooms, the media takeouts, the gossips, the Madame Noirs, the Root, a lot of immigrants run that bullshit. Family, this bullshit that's getting thrown on us and being told is Black culture, that's going to have to go. That is going to have to go. World Star, all of that. All of this filth, Lipstick Alley, all of this immigrant filth that is supposed to represent foundational Black American culture is going to have to go. That's going to have to go. It's going to have to be deprioritized. The academics, that's another one. He's an immigrant Sambo who used to make a bunch of videos denigrating Black people in Chicago. My good brethren, Nipsey Hussle, called him out. These immigrant Sambos who come over and create these gossip sites where they denigrate us on a daily damn basis, these niggas are going to have to go. These sites are going to have to be deprioritized. Somebody said the Grapevine. Yeah, I don't really watch them, but I've seen some coonery come from some folks associated with that site. Yeah, the Grapevine, all of these gossipy ass sites that don't talk about a damn thing constructive, y'all niggas are gonna have to go. Family, the problem in dealing with white supremacy is all of the tethers and the obstacles in front of white supremacy. We can handle white supremacy if we just focus on it. The problem is the white supremacists understand if they throw a bunch of tethers and prioritize a lot of bullshit, it'll be hard to get to them. These Negroes will protect white mommy and white daddy. I'm tired of our culture being prioritized with Cardi B bullshit. Gossip this and all, just this silly ass childish nonsense that's supposed to be Black culture. You understand? Desus and Miro, I've called them out. 2 immigrants, that Miro guy, he said a bunch of slick shit about foundational Black Americans. We pulled up his old tweets. This dude has a whole history of talking major griefs about foundational black Americans. And these are the people that white people prop up on television to represent blackness. With all of their over-the-top, yo, 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 yeah, nigga, yeah, 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 yeah. Everything is over-the-top and goofy. And when I say these immigrant-run gossip sites, this also is going to include a lot of these immigrant Sambo rappers too. Some of these niggas gonna have to go. All the mushmouth niggas from all these other places making black culture look degenerate. A lot of these Negroes come from other places. See, we're gonna have to start cleaning house. You understand? We're going to have to start cleaning house. Enough is enough. We're going to have to start getting serious, guys, because see, other folks don't let us go to their homelands and do no slick shit and talk greasy and misrepresent their culture. We're going to have to stop letting these ignorant-ass tethers misrepresent who we are as foundational black Americans. Because these are the main folks. What's interesting, all the ratchet nonsense, gossip, jive ass stuff just go on and on and on. And these are the first Negroes talking down on a Hidden Colors film. The minute we start talking about some knowledge, man, fuck all that. You pimping the community with all that knowledge and shit. We're not going to have dumb shit become prioritized in black society. We're going to have to make a concerted effort of calling that out and saying, no, you niggas don't represent us. We're going to have to be loud about that. This does not represent us at all. You understand? We're going to have to revere our legends, the John Henry Clarks, the Claude Andersons, the Shahrazad Alis, the Dr. Welsings, the Dr. Benz. We're going to have to hold up our thought leaders. You understand? People are asking about the flag. Get the Foundational Black American flag at officialfba.com. Officialfba.com. But yeah, we're going to have to stop this thing where other groups come over and we become the garbage dumps for them. They dump their garbage on us, but when you do something constructive, all of a sudden you're the Nigerian American, you're the Jamaican American. See, you're going to have to hold all your garbage. You understand? Now, the second thing, guys, we're going to have to leave behind. We're going to have to leave behind this right here, the Geriatric Butter Biscuit Brigade. Family, this type of stuff we're going to have to leave behind. These old mammies out here dancing for the Democrats, dancing for collard greens and black-eyed peas and all this. This is this woman right here, Latasha Brown. She's a part of Black Votes Matter. Fresh collard greens and black-eyed peas and cornbread mix. Our collard green caucus, her words, is happening all across Georgia. We're at early voting sites. So they're offering niggas this shit where they're offering you biscuits, collard greens, all this silly ass plantation nonsense is going to have to go. This is going to have to go, guys. This ain't going to work. These mammies out here, his Black Votes Matter. Hold on, let me get my screens together. Hold on. All this silly nonsense here, guys, is going to have to go. Come on. God damn, I'm trying to get my screen. There we go. Fresh collard greens, black-eyed peas, cornbread giveaways. I mean, they are treating these Sambos out here in line for collard greens. These old mammies and Sambos are going to have to go. We're going to have to leave them behind. We cannot save them. Family, listen. We waste a lot of time and energy. with these coon Sambos who will go out and vote for a fish sandwich, fresh butter biscuits, to get people to vote for Biden. They were literally giving out butter biscuits. Now, for the Senate seats and all, they're trying to get people to get out here and vote for some black-eyed peas and collard greens. If you go out there and vote for that without any tangibles, you are a decrepit plantation, white-ass kissing Sambo who is a cancer to black society. And if you know Negroes like that, family, if they're in your family, you're going to have to charge them to the game. You're going to have to charge these Negroes to the game. There is absolutely nothing we can do with them. If niggas out here just saying the hell with tangibles, I want a plate of greens and some fish sandwiches and I'll vote for whoever, that's the Negro that you're going to have to leave behind. I don't care if it's your mama, your grandma, your uncle, your dad. Leave their asses behind. We cannot take them with us. Sometimes your family's going to have to get left behind if they ain't on the same page. We're going to have to leave niggas behind. I don't want y'all to hit me up saying, man, my mama and them don't want to watch Hidden Colors, man. They say y'all be talking about Christianity, and if it ain't about Jesus, it ain't right. Your mama's a plantation mammy. Your mom is a plantation mammy who you need to leave behind. It's that simple. We're going to have to leave niggas behind. We don't have time. We don't have time. If you got a family member who's on the goofy ass nonsense, who's cool with being on the plantation, there's nothing you can do. You understand? You find like-minded people who's about empowerment, and you get with those folks who's about empowerment. That's who you get with. You get with black people who are all about empowerment, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that brings us to the third thing that we have to look at. The third thing and the third type of folks that we're going to have to leave behind, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on one second. We're going to have to leave behind the cover photo of today's broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, where we at? Family, we're going to have to leave this behind right here. Ratchet activism, okay? This right here, all this goofy ass twerking all over the place, when we're trying to fight for justice, when we're talking about the deaths of people, we're talking about protecting ourselves from race soldiers, and these sexual degenerates are running around here. These are the daughters of the geriatric butter biscuit brigade. These are the daughters and sons. Not just the daughters, but the sons too, because the sons be out here bopping bussy too. These folks are going to have to be left behind. We out here dealing with race soldiers and they're twerking on cop cars. We saw too much of that in 2020. We saw this goofy filth. People are dancing, twerking, doing the wet pussy challenge. And thirsty niggas were sitting around, ooh, look at that. No, nigga. We're in a war. People who do that are surrendering to the white supremacist. These are Negroes who are surrendering. They are not going to help you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. These people are anchors to our progress. They're going to hold you down. There's a time and place for everything. When it comes time to deal with race soldiers, twerking ain't the move. Popping it and busting it open ain't it. This type of ratchet activism is not going to work. And we have to also understand this, guys. That brings us to the next thing. Another thing we're going to have to leave behind. We're going to have to leave behind, family, the normalized sexual exploitation of black boys. Now, we understand, black girls being sexually exploited, that's something that's an evil that's usually pretty much dealt with. But family, a lot of black boys are being sexually exploited, not just being buck broken, but just by some of these mammies and ratchets within the community, some of these dusty niggas within the community. Because family, this video here, I posted up and it went viral. I know some of y'all saw that. This video right here is a great example. We got to have this conversation. Now, this ratchet, we don't know who she is. I don't know if these are her kids, if she's a babysitter, if she's their sister. This is an older ratchet with a bunch of kids. She's an older, meaning she looks like a young adult. But this type of film.
How did you get to it? Okay. So you know what?
So this type of filth here.
Hold up. You get that lotion. Wow, yeah. Hey, bow.
Okay. Family, this type of filth has become, unfortunately, kind of normalized. Stuff like this happens around our babies, our black boys, and nobody does anything about it. It's almost normal to do sexually degenerate things to or around black boys. It's become normalized. Like, it's almost they've made it seem like a badge of honor that black boys are around sexual filth. I've seen a lot of stuff online similar to this where and some of these other mothers, where the little boys are in bathtubs with the mother with their foot propped up on the woman's ass. It's some real degenerate type stuff going on with these ratchets out here. And let's be very clear, these ratchets do not represent black womanhood. Unfortunately, this is the filth that they try to make as the representatives of black women. They're not. But with black males, and I'm talking about black boys in particular, but just black males in general, there's this narrative that any type of sexual degeneracy should be dumped on us and we're supposed to accept it. We are not supposed to be in a position to object to any type of sexual degeneracy. My brother, Dr. Curry, wrote a book called The Man Not. Very good book. Talks about this to a certain degree. There's this narrative that everybody else is sexually protected. Everybody else has a sexual choice except black males. This brings us to another part of this. Laverne Cox, who's a transgender, says men who are ashamed, meaning black men, who are ashamed of dating trans women are insecure as fuck. I've told people that this narrative, guys, is what they were trying to push all along. If black men, it ain't about tolerance. It ain't about black people accepting gay people or trans people. The name of the game is for black men in particular. If you don't let them rape you, then you are in violation of the law. This is buck breaking 101. The narrative that they've been trying to push on us, if you don't let a man in a wig or whoever, if a black man don't let a motherfucker violate them sexually, if you don't let them do that, then you're committing a civil rights crime. You see what I'm saying? That's buck breaking 101. This is why we're doing the movie Buck Breaking. I'm going to talk to my black males out here, my black boys. You have a choice. Don't ever let anybody sexually violate you. Don't ever let anybody sexually make you do something or intimidate you to do something that you don't want to do. Don't let somebody tell you if a dude with a wig on comes on to you, you're obligated to have some kind of sexual relationship with them. You're not. And we have to protect our boys. I have a kid. I have several boys. I have a daughter who's grown, but I have several boys. You understand? I've been telling people for years this is what they're trying to do. With Genuine, remember Genuine was on that TV show years ago and a white trans man tried to kiss him and he was like, oh no, I don't want to kiss you. And then they started to try to say Genuine was transphobic because he didn't want a goddamn man kissing him. So I said, okay, I know where this is going. Family, they only do that to black men. Black men. If you don't want to be with anybody sexually, it's your God-given right not to be. Family, certain people you are around, you have chemistry with, some people you don't. There are women who have pheromones and energy that they exude that's attractive. It's not even your physical sometimes. Sometimes it's your energy that might attract a man to that woman. And you have a right to get at that or not get at that. There's a lot of things that go into making people compatible, making people attracted to each other. I like women's energy. One energy that I don't like dick energy. If a woman has a dick, that's a deal breaker. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't let nobody tell you phobic because you don't want to be raped. We're going to leave the fear of saying no. I ain't a part of that. See, they want you to be Terry Crews, where a white man come and feel all up on you and you can't do nothing because you scared you's going to get in good trouble. No. I just won't get no acting opportunities if I do something. No. Hell no. You don't let nobody grab up on you and you ain't gonna do nothing because you might not get a job. No, get a job somewhere else. Your integrity is the most important thing. Maybe there's brothers out here that don't want to be with a dude. That's okay. It's perfectly fine to not want to be with somebody who has dick and balls. Brothers, it's perfectly fine. If you do want that, knock yourself out. Some dudes like it. Respect the nigga who don't like it. We're going to have to get off this narrative that black men are going to get shamed because we don't want to get down with any goddamn sexual bullshit that you throw at us. Just because we say, hey, no, we cool on that. Oh, man, you phobic. Man, that's phobic. Man, you insecure. You insecure as hell. What kind of shit is that? I'm telling my young black men out here, you can say no to anything. You are not obligated to sexually or to intimately be with anything you don't want to be with. I'm telling you now, as a man, you got a God-given right to say no. If somebody run up on you with a wig and a dick, you can run the other damn way. You ain't obligated to get raped. Fuck y'all talking about. We got to stop being scared of this stupid shit that they're throwing at us, man. 2021 is going to be a new year. That's why Buck Breaking, we're coming out with this movie. We're coming hard. We're going to come hard with this shit. Pause. And I don't like to play the pause game. But nigga, if you want to live a bussy-free lifestyle, live that. Don't let nobody shame you. That's why we're doing Buck Breaking. We're coming hard. I mean, we're going to go in on the racism of the white LGBT community with no fear. Black folks are afraid to offend that community because, see, the liberal white LGBT community, see, they hold a lot of jobs over niggas. They dangle a lot of jobs over your heads. So in order to get that job, a nigga might have to do something strange for some change. No. You don't. Everybody else can say no means no and me too and all that except us. No, hell no. And that brings us to number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5, we're going to have to leave all the fraudulent sexual intersectionalists in 2020. All of these groups out here, the Black Lives Matter organizations, these people who talk black and then they pivot into some type of sexual intersectionality. That's something that we're going to have to be very vocal about leaving behind. Right now, they got, I posted this up on my Twitter. Hold on. This picture was posted by Corey Bush. They up here talking about squad. Okay. Yeah. Corey Bush, Ayanna Presley, Ilian, what's it? You know all these folks. So this is the people of color brigade, squad up. So people are clowning them, calling them the fraud squad. But all of these folks, they sit up here and talk all this people of color, Black Lives Matter talk. But when it comes to a black policy and a black agenda, they all pivot to some damn LGBT or immigrant nonsense. All of them pivot. Family, we're going to have to call that out every single day, call it out heavy. We're going to have to call out these sexual intersectionalists who use our black struggle in order to get job positions and then flip. They go out here, talk all this stuff, and then flip. And that really includes Tone Tits and Strappy. Family, we got to talk about Tone Tits and Uncle Strappy. We got to go there. We got to talk about Tone Tits. Let's put Uncle Strappy right up here. We're gonna set Uncle Strappy right there. We're gonna have to talk about Tone Tits and Uncle Strappy with the fraudulent ass ADOS bullshit. They've been pivoting, running game. Now, they're irrelevant at this point, but just to show you the pivot of Tone Tits and Uncle Strappy, a lot of their members are abandoning them. A lot of Tone I know the picture of Uncle Strappy in her chopper suit is very distracting right now. I know it's distracting right now. But family, Tone Tits and Uncle Strappy were sitting up here celebrating this California fraud bill that that Gavin put together and put into law or whatever. That fake ass reparation bill. This reparations bill that's a complete nothing burger. And the only people celebrating are the handful of A-dunce clowns. They're running around, we did it, we did it, we did it, yeah, we did it. They're running around celebrating this goofy ass nothing burger of a damn bill. Not only do we not get anything tangible out of it, even if we lucked up and there were some tangibles that were going to be allocated, we are already undermined in that damn bill. The bill is filled with so much trick bag language. The bill is filled with so much deception. You're not going to get anything from it. And these dirty little Sambos sit up here celebrating nothing burgers like that just so they can get some kind of job with the Democratic Party. Really, they're trying to get some kind of job. They done turned ADOS. They done got this shit and made it into a 501c3. They're about to try to do a Black Lives Matter pivot. They saw all that money Black Lives Matter was getting. So Uncle Strappy was like, I need some of that money to get out of my mama basement. So now they're doing a pivot. Uncle Strappy is, and some their members are leaving left and right. They see how much of a fraud Uncle Strappy and Tone Tits are. They have lowered the bar so high, anything is a victory. They just latch on to anything and call it a damn victory. This is how sad and pathetic they are. Just even being remotely acknowledged by, if they had a meeting with a politician and the politician does something, we did it, we did it. These niggas are just attention starved. It's a joke of a damn movement. And they're so mad at me. Uncle Strappy, they're butthurt because, look, let's be real. And Uncle Strappy has pretty much said that, look, ADOS is not really about a lineage, which we all know. It's not a lineage. They don't look at it as a lineage. It's a little group that they're trying to finesse money out of. They're trying to use it as a way to pivot and finesse some paper. Where's the clip of Uncle Strappy? Hold on, I posted a clip, if I can find it. Because now what they're trying to do, Uncle Strappy is trying to charge membership fees. They're talking about some damn membership fees now. Right here. Here's Uncle Strappy talking about, hold on. We haven't even set up chapter dues paying system yet, and some of y'all are recruiting people whose language and behavior set us up for harassment. We're 501c4 now, and I'm not getting sued because you think Mr. Leroy FBA, I guess that's me, is a good dude. So a lot of people, there are other politicians out there who claim FBA, which is a lineage, it's not a group. And the fact that the A-Dunce group can be bodied by an imaginary organization that they done made up. They done made up an imaginary FBA organization in their brain. There is no FBA organization. And the imaginary organization is bodying you. You're losing to some shit that you done imagine in your brain. There is no organization called FBA. It's your lineage. You're either born in it or you're not. So now Strappy is talking about you're going to have to start paying membership dues for your damn lineage. How does that work? People who follow this filth, you should be ashamed at this point. And again, a lot of her folks, and this is some of her folks right here, they're bouncing. What we're not going to do is talk about the founders of ADOS. Y'all taking it too far. Marlon can do whatever he wants, and he's one of the biggest cheerleaders for ADOS. The whole internet history of your messiness, Yvette, everybody knows that. Who knows you knows that. Even those who know me know you're messy. They know messy is something I don't do. Our reputation precedes us. Messy is your MO, not mine. Everybody knows this. So, look, everybody, they're abandoning Strappy right now because, look, guys, look. It was always trash. Listen, let's just keep it a buck. I gave Strappy and Tone shine, and they know this. The only reason they got any shine was because of me. Tone and Strappy, they don't have the personality or the charisma to galvanize large groups of people for anything. They have the personalities of a fucking shoe. They're toxic ass people. They're lifelong failures. I mean, every week one of their followers are dumping them every week, so this is not nothing new. But they both know, Tone and Yvette, their personalities are horrible. Nobody really follows them. The only shine they got is because of me, and that really burns their asses. Once I abandon them, I am enjoying it because, people who do little slick, sloppy shit, they deserve whatever they got coming to them. And let's be real. Even before I abandoned and just stop them from riding my coattails, other people were already abandoning them. Even people were coming to me saying, hey, man, we like you, Tariq, but I don't really fuck with them like that. They're funny style. Even before I curved their asses, people were like, they funny style. And I try to save them. I tried to kind of talk them up a little bit so people wouldn't just bounce from them. But once I bounced and once I said I ain't fucking with them because they're on some other stupid shit that I ain't got nothing to do with, then everybody started abandoning them because, again, they got to see their personalities. And who wants to, come on, these people are morons. When you listen to them and look at the down Democrat, we need to vote down Democrat. This stupid shit. How are you going to vote down Democrat and some of these Democrats are out here who's on the down ballot are co-signing the same immigration, LGBT bullshit that's undermining foundational Black Americans? So how is that going to help? Just stupid shit they're trying to tell you. See, they don't mind you voting down ballot because Strappy knows that LGBT agenda is on the down ballot and that benefits her ass. That's going to get her more white women and more strappy action and more chopper suits. You understand? But yeah, foundational black Americans and at ADOS, it ain't the same thing. They'll tell you that it's not the same thing at all. That's why foundational black Americans and people who claim their foundational black American heritage, there's never any confusion, never any controversy, nothing. Everybody's on the same page and we're doing what we need to do. But with them, it's always a ball of confusion. There's always some janky, jive-ass mess, them running around lying left and right. It's always goofiness going on. You understand? Is this the kind of stuff y'all want to have representing you? Here's another tweet that Uncle Strappy put up. I put this up earlier where she was mad. She stay mad at me all the time because, again, Strappy tried to have a pissing contest with me and lost. Strappy, you and I know you're listening, Yvette. She tried to have a pissing contest with me, and you can't piss with a strap on, sweetie. It don't work like that. The real thing is always going to win, baby. It don't work like that. But she said, she's talking about me. Tariq, that ADOS reparations bill don't do nothing. It's a trick bag language. You got to get it popping in the streets. Okay, that jive turkey talk is, I don't talk like that. But again, she's a pathological liar, but whatever. Tariq on black people getting it popping in the street. They agents. Does anybody see Tariq's con to neutralize all black political movements? So she's caping for Scam Master J. So this is her caping for Scam Master J because I called out Scam Master J. So she's caping for Scam Master J. So is that your king? Is that your king? Ladies and gentlemen, this fool will walk you right into a damn trap. Is this moron supposed to be anybody's leader? Is this who you want to be your damn leader? We gonna have to leave silly goofball shit back in 2020. We ain't got time for this. This woman is caping for a person who's an obvious fucking agent. Is that who you want to lead you? Either she's stupid as hell or she's in on it with their ass. Is that your king? But again, Uncle Strappy, this is in her own words. Hold on, let me play Uncle Strappy telling you and explaining what ADOS is and what it's not. It's not a lineage. She's letting you know it's not a lineage. This is Uncle Strappy letting you know that it's not a lineage. Like FBA. We're lineage and they're not. Hold on.
But one of the things that happened during our whole fight with Nasheed FBA was he was saying one thing. He was saying we're just a lineage. And I don't know what they're talking about in terms of politics. We have always had a claim for reparations and a black agenda, right? We have always had that up at ADOS101.com as our political movement. So we are a political movement that is anchored in a lineage. So what are you saying?
The fuck does that mean? That's weasel talk. That's stupid fucking talk right there. That's stupid ass talk right there. That's moron babble. That's moron babble. Okay? That's moron babble. That's moron babble. Nothing more, nothing less. That's just moron babble.
We are a political movement that is anchored in a lineage. So
We're a political movement anchored in a lineage. Either you're a lineage or you're not. What are you talking about? There's no asterisk to your damn lineage. Either you are a lineage or you're not. That's con game babble right there. When people start talking that type of stupid ass shit right here, see, you got to make it plain. This is stupid babble, which we don't need.
Movement. So we are a political movement that is anchored in a lineage. So what are you? So what are you saying, Yvette? Well, it doesn't do us a lot of good. The whole part of the big point of creating the lineage, right? It's not just a name, like I said before. It's not just like we just calling ourselves ADOS. Like some people call themselves B1, and it ain't gonna matter anyway. You can call yourself FBA, but what we're doing it for is something different. We're not just renaming ourselves. We're saying that there's a cost. America owes a debt to this specific group. So this specific group has to be disaggregated from other groups so that we can count the cost of slavery and accrued disadvantage, and that we can measure the oppression, right? And
okay, coon babble. Stupid ass Sambo babble. That's babble. When you live in your parents' basement, you have time to babble like that. That's what you do when you ain't got shit going on in your damn life. You can babble about dumbass nonsense like that. Well, it's a lineage, it's a politic steeped in a lineage, anchored in a lineage, but what we have to aggregate the money. That's Sambo babble. Dumb nigga talk. Chopper suit talk. You gotta make things plain, man. Make it plain. Make it plain and make it make sense. See, you start talking in circles so that you can pivot later. See, when you ain't really clear on something, then you can start tacking on all the bullshit later because you ain't clear on nothing. See, that's a con game. That's why they're always projecting their cons on everybody. You understand? We ain't the same. Let me tell you something. Foundational Black Americans is something that has always been the same thing. We're talking about the lineage of a people. This whole movement, they rode my coattails and they know it. They stole the ideology from Dr. Anderson. They also stole the name, descendants of American slaves, from another brother who's been promoting this ideology for a long time. They stole that name and then flipped the letters around and lied about coming up with it. These are a couple of dusty, funky, musty, dirtbag thieves. And they know it. I've never co-signed any of that other stupid shit that they talk about. None of it. Tone is good for talking in circles. She's good for talking in circles. That's why Tone's clients always lose. When Tone was a lawyer, my good friend Freeway Rick was one of his clients. I talked about this before. See, all that dumb nigger babble don't work in the real world. When Tone was representing my brother Freeway Rick left court, he owed money. Freeway Rick was filing a lawsuit to get his name back. When he got out of court fucking with Tone's dumb ass, Rick owed money. Freeway Rick owed more money. Fucking with mushmouth babbling Tone. See, dumb niggas like that shit don't work in the real world. On the internet, trolling and lying like 5-year-olds, that shit works when you're living in your mama's house. Darity even backed away from these clowns. Everybody's backing away from these clowns, dude. That dumb shit works on the internet. It don't work in the real world. Anybody who's still co-signing that shit, y'all need to stay in 2020. And don't, I'm going to say this, don't y'all ever come on my page. Don't nobody come on my page talking about, I like both of y'all. Can y'all work together? Get your dumb ass. Anybody come on my page with that shit, I'm going to block your stupid ass. Because if you're co-signing that goofball shit, we ain't here. We ain't on the same page. If you're co-signing anything from these two fucking goofballs, we're not on the same page at all. I don't need your ass around. If you strappy and all y'all got some shit going on, painting sips and all this goofy shit, stay over there. Don't come over here with me. Talking about doing anything. These folks, they've set the bar. They've been failures all of their lives and their careers. He's a failed lawyer. Yvette is a failed everything. They set the bar so low, just them being acknowledged is a win. Even if y'all don't get shit, if the black community just gets nothing, if y'all don't get a damn thing, that don't mean nothing. As long as they get mentioned somewhere. They're like, hey, we need to vote. We're going to get reparations. But first of all, let's support Byron Allen. Just drop support Byron Allen for what? We just need to support him. But what the fuck we getting out of that? Well, Byron Allen gets to mention us. These niggas will do anything just to get anybody to mention them. Remember when the New York Times, one of those newspapers, did an article and they had my name in there, which I didn't really want. They did an article and I hated that article because the article was a diss. It was talking about all the confusion associated with it. And this article was a horrible article. But just the fact that they mentioned them in it, tone was, we did it. We did it. We coming. He's on Twitter talking about we coming. We here. We coming. We coming. I'm a nominated producer. We coming. I'm like, oh my God. These niggas are the worst. These niggas are the worst. I done been in the New York Times. They've written reviews about my books before. I don't get excited about a newspaper mentioning me. That ain't shit. I'm mentioned in the news all the time. You Google now, they done wrote some article about my ass somewhere. I'm always getting written about in the media. That ain't shit. They mentioned my name. I'm coming. I'm a nominated producer. I'm coming. I'm doing the work. This is the type of silly shit out here that we don't need. Yeah, they co-signing Byron Allen. Byron Allen is prioritizing a lot of LGBT stuff. You see? Yeah, these niggas out here trying to clout chase because of their lifelong failure, riding my goddamn coattails. Nigga, it's done. It's over with y'all. Y'all done. Y'all niggas are done. Take your strap on, pack it up, and go home. We need to leave silly ass shit like this in 2020. We ain't got time. See, a lot of folks entertain it because a lot of black folks like messy, dumb shit. A lot of black people, let's be real, a lot of black folks like train wrecks. And y'all know these niggas are train wrecking. Black folks like to look at train wrecks sometimes. Sometimes we don't have time to look at train wrecks. Yeah, sometimes we just don't have time to look at no train wrecks. We got bigger things to do. We got bigger fish to fry. Yeah? We got bigger fish to fry. But notice everything about them, the ADOS brand is shit right now. And they know it. It's done. Anytime it comes up, it's always a negative connotation. It's always some bickering with trolling. People done abandoned their ass. It's a bunch of bullshit associated with it because they've made themselves the face of it. They keep insisting, I'm the leader, I'm the leader, I'm the nominated producer, I'm the leader. And y'all sullied this shit. Y'all turned it into some clout chasing goofball nonsense, and you know it. And your little half-ass members are leaving. The shit is a joke at this point. And them sitting around whining about how much money I make, like that's gonna make me just go somewhere and think, fuck all this money, I'm gonna just dump it. Yeah, nigga, I do make money, and I'm gonna keep making money because I'm what's called a grown man. I don't know where niggas think they can money shame people. I'm not going to teach people about empowerment, economic empowerment, and not be empowered economically. See, I practice what the fuck I preach. I don't talk some shit and then don't do it. I walk the walk and walk the talk. Everything I talk about, I can show you I'm doing it. If I give somebody some game, I'm going to show you where I'm doing what I'm talking about. You dig? I got wins under my belt. I have #1 books. I have #1 movies. I have #1 apps. I have even #1 albums. Hell, my hobbies are more successful than everything that's been done by A-Dunks. Hell, we had #1 Mink Slide albums. That's a hobby that we just do for fun is more successful than their bullshit. Yeah. We have best-selling lectures and events. Even their little A-Dunks conference at that little, it was a church meeting, it was a Sunday school meeting. They called themselves trying to troll our event in Atlanta, which was very successful. That's not even something that you compare. We had a real event at a real convention center. Y'all had an LGBT church meeting. And the people were there looking for me. At your church meeting out there, they were there asking, where the fuck is Tariq? They thought I was going to come. So the next one, they had to cancel because people knew I wasn't coming. Y'all couldn't sell no damn tickets. Strappy had to go pawn one of her dildos because she lost her deposit. So they tried to say, we're going to have to shut down because of COVID. No, there ain't no damn COVID. Wasn't nobody coming. They ain't coming. They ain't coming. That Foundational Black American Conference was fire. That shit was popping. And they know it. Wasn't no damn LGBT church meeting. They all packed up in a church, bullshitting, with tones slobbering and stuttering all over the place. That was a train wreck. Strappy with her little gospel chopper suit on, looking like a fucking methed out church deacon. Her strap on dangling around the church, just blaspheming. These people are a fucking mess. They are a mess, nigga. Nigga, look, we talk about foundational Black Americans, which I got that from my good brother Claude Anderson. We're gonna see. My thing is this: I'm not an ego-driven person, dude. The concept I got from Claude Anderson, who's been talking about Black people, Native Black Americans being exceptional people. I don't mind paying homage to somebody who gave me the game. I don't mind that. I'm not going, I did it, I'm the leader. No, I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck that. I ain't ego starved. I got too many other wins. I don't need that shit. I got movies, I got all types of shit that I'm winning with. You know, say they were speaking in tongues. Dude, I don't have to go around talking about I'm somebody's damn leader. That's ego shit. I don't need that. Black people are smart enough. My folks are smart. Foundational Black Americans are smart enough. And I heard they be all on Clubhouse whining about my ass. He be making all that money and shit. What are you doing all that money? I ain't got that kind of money. Get your weight up and not your hate up. Get your cash up and instead of picking your strap up. How about that? That's what you do. Worrying about your damn strap on, get your cash on. Shit. Get your cash on and not your strap on. Worried about how much money I make. Yeah, I'm going to keep making money, nigga. What you think? You think I'm gonna be shamed out of making money and going on vacations and shit? Yeah, when they want everything I do. Those are the kind of niggas who pocket watch everything and think they're gonna shame a motherfucker into not doing grown shit. What kind of bullshit is that? I'm gonna not go on fly ass vacations with my family. Look at him on vacation with all that money and shit. Yeah, they're going to Mexico and swimming with all that old money he be making. While you're in a kiddie pool in your grandma's backyard with your strap on, floating around with tone tits. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to live like that. No, I'll never live like that. I'm what's called a grown man. Yeah, where the money reside. You damn right. This is where the money reside. This money over here, nigga. We do business. You goddamn right I make money. Fuck you talking about. I'm a grown man. Anybody who's around me is gonna make some damn money. That's why people like working with me. Anybody who works with me, they get papered up. Notice you'll never see anybody say, you've never heard anybody say, I done swindled them out of money, I done jerked them out of money. I've been around for a long time. Not one person can say they done got jerked out of some money because of me. My reputation as far as paper is impeccable. You understand? Everybody I work with has something good to say. I make too much money to not do good business. I do good business like a grown fucking man. That's why people don't be suing me and none of that shit. Because I overpay folks sometimes. There's too much money out here. And if you're thorough with what you do, you ain't got to be doing all this double talk and double speak and babbling and cooning. Just be thorough. And you got to be thorough about, number one, getting out your mama's house. Strappy. Got to get out your mama's house. Get out here and live and get out here in the world. You got to get out here and do some real things out here in the world. Nigga, I do business. Let me tell you something. When people talk about what the goal is, see, that thing is, well, we want reparations. Reparations is our goal, and the goal is reparations. See, the thing is, we got to get reparations. See, Strappy talks in a whine voice. Her whole thing is whining. Our whole goal is reparations, and we're going to get reparations. I ain't even tripping on that. We're going to get reparations. Dr. Anderson talked about that years ago. We're going to get it. But fam, let me tell you something. My thing, as foundational Black Americans, family, our thing ain't going to stop with no damn reparations. See, with Strappy and Tone, just if they get somebody to say reparations, that's the end goal. Now, we've said reparations. Y'all done put it into some kind of policy. Now give us a job somewhere. That's the end goal. The end goal is really for them to get a damn job somewhere with the Democrats. To be the next Black Lives Matter. See, that's the goal. I ain't with none of that shit. My goal is sustained empowerment for foundational Black Americans. That's my goal. Meaning, ain't no end to that because the power has to be sustained. So ain't no end to that. It ain't no end game. This is a lifestyle we're living, guys, as foundational Black Americans. This ain't about just one policy here or there. Dude, this is why we talk about foundational Black Americans as a lineage and understanding the lineage as a culture. Because once you have your lineage and your culture intact and everybody's on code, everything you touch is going to fall into place. You understand? Well, FBA is about lineage. We about politics. We about politics. First of all, Strappy, you're not a politician. You have no political clout. You're trying to get a consulting job somewhere. Let's stop the games. But understand this. Family, when you understand that the problem is white supremacy and you have to focus on replacing white supremacy, that's all you really need to understand, because the only political system is white supremacy. White supremacy is the world's only political system. It's the only world's government. Our brother Neely Fuller teaches us that. White supremacy is a political system. There is no such thing. If you want to break it down, there's no Democrat and no fucking Republican. They're the same birds of the same feather. They just practice different forms of white supremacy. See, this is what a person who has the mindset and the lineage of a foundational black American should understand. You ain't gonna get into no political game and be any type of successful not understanding that both of them are parties of white supremacy. So you have to attack both of them with vigor. This is why we should have withheld our damn vote and let the Democratic Party crash and damn burn. You understand? You have to go at them hard, treat them both the same. And because the Democratic Party is already riding our backs, let them crash and burn and start over. That's what you should have done. No damn down Democrat. We're back at square one now. How's that down Democrat dumb shit working now? We got to do some whole new shit. We're talking about two wings of the same fucking bird, man. We got to burn that shit down politically. Politically, I ain't talking about physically, because, you know, some of y'all niggas are snitches over there at A-Dunce. Y'all co-signing Scam Master J. Burn down meaning abandon, because they're going to burn themselves down. That's what I mean. Let me be very clear, because Strappy and those guys are snitches. Burn down politically, meaning we abandon them and let them fall the fuck off. We're going to have radical strategies for these people. We're going to vote down Democrat. Let's vote down. Let's not vote for Biden. We're going to vote down Democrat. For what? We're going to support the same Democrats who are prioritizing LGBT and immigration? You let that shit crash and burn on its own. You let that shit self-destruct. It's all poison if we're going to look at it like that. If they're not going to acquiesce to what we want, you let that shit crash and burn. And you let them start over. Let them build that shit from scratch. Make them start all over. Make them overhaul that whole thing. You understand? Because it's a system that does not work for us in any shape, form, or fashion. And I'm telling you this from a person who has economic success. That's relative. And that I always say that's relative. Economic success for a black person is relative because they can come take your shit. Just like with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby had economic success. They can go put bogus charges on him and do whatever. We're still under a system of white supremacy. As foundational black Americans, we understand that. We understand that white supremacy is the political system. So we have to always constantly go after and attack white supremacy. We have to look at it from that standpoint. But don't let nobody come to you talking about a damn down ballot Democrat. Get the hell out of here with that stupid shit. How'd that work? How's that working? That's dumb talk of somebody who lives with their mama. You understand? You got to look at a person's, how they're living and the advice they're giving you. How is their advice working for them? See, when you vote down Democrat, you still getting this. This is down Democrat right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is down Democrat right here. A big bucket of bullshit. Nothing. That's your down Democrat right there. People prioritizing everybody except foundational black Americans. When you have somebody telling you advice, always look at how the shit worked for them. How did the shit work for them? If somebody's giving you advice on anything, what can they show you about themselves where some of that shit worked and they were successful at? I can show you different forms of success. And also watch out for Negroes when you do something successful and they start projecting their con game mentality on it. Because that's another thing that fraudulent niggas do. When you see another black person who's self-sufficient and successful, they will project their own con artist mentality on them. We got to get that out of the community too. Whenever there's black people doing things successful, there's always a Sambo in the corner. Well, that nigga must have did something scandalous to get that, because that's your projection, because you ain't got no game, and that's the type of shit that you would have to do in order to get successful. Yeah? We're going to have to leave a lot of goofy nonsense back in 2020. You understand? I can get Strappy off the thing now. But anyway, guys, let me get up out of here. But look, let me tell you something. 2021, it's going to be a good year. 2021 is going to be a good year. 2020 was a beast. This was a hell of a year. It was a beast. But we're going to be all right. Family, we're going to be on the same page. We're going to circle our wagons as foundational black Americans. And we're going to be good. Family, I ain't your leader. Don't want to be your leader. You know why, black people? Because you're already smart. You don't need no goddamn leader. Black people, you're already smart. You're resourceful. You already got it. All we need is a code to be the leadership. You don't need me telling you what to damn do, and you got to pay me fucking dues. What the hell is that? Stop. We don't have time for silly ass nonsense, man. You guys are good. The family's good. We just need to be all on the same page and look out for each other, and we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Now, in 2021, am I going to be petty? I'm thinking about being petty. I have to stop myself from being petty, because I was thinking about coming up with an Uncle Strappy coloring book. Now, some of y'all need to talk me out of some of this petty shit that I be trying to do. Because, see, y'all be egging me on, and sometimes I have, reserved cash for just real petty shit. I was thinking really about doing an Uncle Strappy coloring book with ABCs with Uncle Strappy and selling it. See, people who try to go against me, you fuck with me, you're going to lose. You'll lose to the point where I start making money off your ass. You dig? Just like I did with the Crispy Biscuits app. I made a grip off the Crispy Biscuits app. So that's what I like to do with my enemies. I like to make money off of them. I like to make my enemies my bitches and just make money off of them. So I'm thinking about doing an Uncle Strappy coloring book. I was going to do a cartoon, but I think a coloring book would be cool that teaches the ABCs. A is for allies, B is for bussy, C is for Carnell, D is for dildo. I mean, just do a little ABC book. I think that would be great. Like a little ABC coloring book to teach tolerance. E is for Emmy-nominated producer. Or should that be N? See, that's the thing. Should we let Emmy-nominated producer, should it start with an N or an E? See, I would have little problems with that doing that with the coloring book. So. Anyway, man, let me stop. All right, I'm out. Look, go to officialfba.com. You better get them foundational black American bandanas, baby. Get them FBA bandanas at officialfba.com. Go to y'all can go watch the movie 1804 because the revolution of Haiti, that was the anniversary for that. 1804movie.com. Hidden Color